Fundamentals of Hindu Faith, Part 12. There were no connection with Indo-European peoples. For example, some scholars attribute non-Vedic features of Hinduism to a people who are often vaguely and incorrectly called Dravidians, a term that refers to a family of languages and not an ethnic group. Some scholars have further argued that ruling classes of the Indus civilization, also called the Harappa culture, 2500 before Christ and 1700 before Christ BCE, spoke a Dravidian language and have tentatively identified their script with that of Dravidian language. But there is little supporting evidence for this claim, and the presence of Dravidian speakers throughout the whole subcontinent at any time in history is not attested. Other sources, the process of Sanskritization. The development of Hinduism can be interpreted as a constant interaction between the religion of the upper social groups, represented by the Brahmins, and the religion of other groups. From the time of the Vedas, Christ 1500 BCE, people from many strata of society throughout the subcontinent tended to adapt their religious and social life to Brahmanic norms. This development resulted from the desire of the lower class groups to rise on the social ladder by adopting the ways and beliefs of the higher caste. Further, many local deities were identified with gods or goddesses of the Puranas. The process, sometimes called Sanskritization, began in Vedic times and was probably the principal method by which Hinduism of Sanskrit text spread through the subcontinent and into Southeast Asia. Sanskritization still continues in form of the conversion of tribal groups, and it is reflected in the persistence of tendency among some Hindus to identify rural and local deities with the gods of Sanskrit text. Sanskritization also refers to the process by which some Hindus try to raise their status by adopting high caste customs such as wearing the sacred coat and becoming vegetarians. If Sanskritization has been the main means of connecting the various local traditions throughout the subcontinent, the converse process, which has no convenient label, has been one of the means whereby Hinduism has changed and developed over centuries. Many features of Hindu mythology and several popular gods such as Ganesh, an elephant-headed god, and Hanuman, the monkey god, were incorporated into Hinduism and assimilated into the appropriate Vedic gods by this means. Similarly, the worship of many goddesses who are now regarded as the consorts of great male Hindu gods, as well as the worship of individual unmarried goddesses, may have arisen from the worship of non-Vedic local goddesses. Thus, the history of Hinduism can be interpreted as the interplay between orthoprax custom and the practices of wider ranges of people, and complementarily as the survival of features of local traditions that gained strength steadily until they were adapted by the Brahmins. The prehistoric period, 3rd and 2nd millennia BCE, indigenous prehistoric religion. The prehistoric culture of the Indus Valley arose in the latter centuries of the 3rd millennium BCE from the metal-using village cultures of the region.